Welcome to this shit show that is called Bogans and Banter. I'm your host again for the second week, Jason.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, right. But this time we actually have our GM on the table, because this time we're on the table.
Yeah,
Well,
I made this table.
This, you did.
I did.
This is the OG.
This is the original, the OG
This is the
table.
OG. It opens up. There's a screen in the middle.
Before
camera
Pete comes.
No, maybe.
Hey, if you use your phone camera, you barely can edit
Look,
that.
it opens up.
Oh, there's all my dice!
Shutting now. Good. That was heavy.
I was wondering where the pink ones were.
Well, there you go, you found them.
So in this episode, we're talking about
Dice.
Is that where you
episode-
stash the drugs?
We're talking
as well?
about our
Yeah, definitely.
Natty 1 episode 5, which was titled
Of Stone and
Of
Claw.
Stone and Claw.
Of Stone and Claw.
And I'm pretty sure that Mr. Matthew Chalker dropped some hints of this one on number 3.
Yes, he did.
Because we are so out of sync with everything at the moment.
Yes, we'd already filmed that episode by the time we did our last Bogans and Banter. So,
It is tough.
you've had spoilers, you'll get... Well, not spoilers,
You
I
wasn't
guess.
even spoilers.
I guess they're not spoilers now, because if you're watching this and you haven't watched the episode,
Then you should probably go back and watch an episode because
Yeah.
you're skipping and that's not loud.
you're the idiot.
Egypt.
Loud.
Not loud. It's
Not allowed, you idiot. So, we've got playing Barrack. Once again, he's been in everything so far.
He is. He's
Yeah.
the most biggest content.
The most content. How does it feel to be in the most
You're
content?
the poster boy, man.
Feels like I've got nothing better to do, so I do this.
Especially the last episode where you got considerably more like enshrined in sunlight throughout the episode as well. It's like you started off just like the rest of us, and then just got whiter and whiter as the sun rose.
Oh yeah, because we're in daytime.
Yes, as we are now, which you can see from the window behind me, and the
There's a
crazy amount of sunlight. You can probably see shadows because we've got a light. So shadows. Sorry about that.
Are you trying to explain physics to our viewers?
I don't understand physics.
Physics.
I don't understand physics. I play a monk. We defy physics.
It's true, you
Bicycles.
literally just stop falling mid-air.
That would have been
You walk
nice.
on walls too, I mean.
It's true. Well, not yet.
Or down walls.
Eventually.
Yes.
Can't wait for Marcus can do that. It's gonna be sick.
Oh,
Can you imagine a big lizard? Well, I mean, actually, no, I can't imagine a lizard on a
I
wall.
was about to say, like...
Oh my.
it's called a gecko. They exist.
Yes.
And
In
so
Australia.
Australia.
Other countries.
yeah, in Australia, several other countries have geckos.
In Australia.
Australia,
Don't we
Scotland,
have
Did you ever
one
play that
that's
game,
not
Gex?
around?
Gex.
The gecko.
Yeah, it was like
I've seen it.
it was like Banter and
played it.
Kazooie, but with a
Maybe a
gecko.
bit young.
Probably.
Ah.
When did it come out, do you know?
1997 or something.
I wasn't born yet.
Well.
20. I was born in 98.
Hey, you're old, mate.
Wait, are you turning 21?
Yeah.
Hold on.
in October.
Cut to this camera.
Sorry.
21.
21?
I was born 10 years before that.
There you go. You're a decade.
I started playing Dungeons and Dragons in 2nd edition, mate.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like 10.
There you go.
Yeah. I played some. First game I ever played was
Did you
10.
ever go to the Upside Down?
Huh?
Yeah, you can go, right?
Yeah. Isn't that a TV show? That I
Have you watched
yet?
season 3?
I have not.
Whoa. Spoilers.
It's not even.
Spoilers.
You're just
Asking a
talking.
question isn't a spoiler. It's
Yeah,
about a thing and it's stranger than
What
most
if
things.
what if they don't know what the Upside Down is yet? Because they've only watched like.
Well, they
season
still
one.
wouldn't know what it is.
Yeah, exactly. You're the one spoiling it now.
It's from Stranger Things. Go watch it.
see?
The Upside Down is a place in Stranger Things that I haven't seen.
I really
so
want to
watch
get the
show.
D&D starter set
Stranger
to
Things.
Stranger Things ones, because
Yeah,
you get a
it
little
does look pretty
mini.
I
interesting.
want to see the Rick and Morty one. There's a Rick and Morty one.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's sick. We should play it. Next one shot.
Next
Well,
one.
first one shot maybe. I
A
don't know.
one shot.
A one shot. Rick and Morty.
Jason
Mixed
is not
with Stranger
liable
Things.
for the promises he makes.
That is a disclaimer. Can you make it go in floating text?
just like a news report thing. Like
Jason does not represent the views.
that sounds exactly like that Brian Foster interview where Travis made. I didn't know that Travis was their CEO.
Are we gonna get on
That's
with
amazing.
with this?
Definitely not.
This
Have you
is-
watched these episodes?
You obviously
No.
haven't watched this. This is it. This is high
What is
quality
it?
content.
What is it with the Asians on this channel and not
Whoa.
watching our content?
What do you mean?
You and Matt both haven't watched this. Well, I suppose Matt-
Actually, she's watched episodes before.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yes,
Matt has
it's
no
just
idea.
B&B.
Matt didn't know we had an intro.
B&B is not really
Let me just
something
check.
I watch, hey.
Oh, we ran out of time. Thanks for watching.
No, we started running out of time.
Well, on time in the kitchen.
Well, yeah, so, as well as Barrack, we've got our Dungeon Master, our DM.
Well, that's right,
Yeah.
you were introducing people.
Yes,
Disaster master.
our Disaster Master,
Level 1 DM.
level 1 DM. Well, if you count the amount of flipping previous games we've played, at least me alone, you're probably level 5, level 6.
No, I don't claim them as levels to my DM score. That's you, Toad. I've never killed you once.
It's true, it's actually usually been the party that have killed me most of the time.
Or
Yeah.
yourself because you're an idiot.
Well, let's go through your characters. So you had Kittrell, your Dragonborn
No, I had someone
druid.
before Kittrell, didn't I?
No, you didn't. Kittrell was your first. He was you popped your virgin cherry with me DMing you.
That's
Kittrell.
right, Kittrell. Yep.
So you got given a note by a very prominent character in the story. You didn't read it, and then you flew up as a druid towards an ominous-looking bird, and you're a druid who loves nature, so you decided to attack or touch said bird.
It didn't look like a real bird, it looked like an angry, like, I'm spying on you bird.
Said bird was a magical creature that actually absorbs magical energy into it, so you
Yeah, amazing.
reverted out of wild shape form and plummeted to your death.
Got spiked to the
Someone
ground.
tried
by
to
a
come
flame
up
dude.
to you and spiked you towards the ground, and you splattered. Then when your friends read the note, it literally had warnings about strange birds that suck magic powers out. What did you learn from that? I'm
Read-
interviewing you now.
Read your notes.
Yeah, that's
Always.
right. Yeah, especially as a DM.
And that's why every single character I've ever had since then has a fatal flaw that they feel strangely compelled to read any notes given to them immediately upon reading.
Let's think of your second character that died. So you had a bard that you spent 72 hours
No,
creating.
somebody died before that. The chick that the
No, she never died.
no, the whole campaign died.
The campaign died. Yeah, then you had that's what we're talking about, your bard who you wrote. How long did you spend making?
Like 4 days. I still have it. I actually got to play it in a like a home game
Oh, there
with
you
a crew
go.
from university. Hello to all the people. I don't know what they're called.
Oh,
What do
that's
they have?
Sociable,
Well,
yeah.
Phil. Hi, Phil, who was the DM, and all the people that played up there. That was great. They watched the show too.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
happy.
Well, 2 of them watched the show. The other 2 are now going to watch the show because they met me playing for them. I was wearing my Pam Smeagol shirt. It was great.
Well, you're probably going to watch the show and then miss, so apologies.
Yeah.
No, he's good value.
Hello to all of you guys, including the guy who played a rogue whose name was Ramsey Oliver something else. That he was a chef and he used a frying pan as a weapon.
I like it. I like it a lot.
He swore a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there was that bard.
You tried to cast sleep on a white.
Well, to be fair, I tried to cast hypnotic pattern, but I said sleep instead.
Actually, no, it wasn't a white. It was a vampire spawn, which
Yeah.
is much worse.
I tried to cast hypnotic pattern, which should have worked, but I said that I casted sleep.
So you casted
So
sleep.
Yes.
what did you learn from that lesson?
Don't play bards because bards suck.
Hey, whoa! No bard hate.
Bard,
Okay.
have you seen my Instagram posts?
Yeah, and they
Bards
get
are the
least
best
amount of
rogue
likes.
archetype. What do you mean?
Bard's like a less good rogue.
Mm.
Just all it is.
Bards are
Hello
amazing.
to any bard players.
Hello.
Bards
And
are
then
the
and then I
spice of
had
life.
after that I had Arok.
Oh
who
my
got
god.
Well, that's Sarah's
Fireballed.
fault.
Yep, got fireballed by Sarah who plays Kindra in. Don't know why we gave her another character with fireball. That's going to come back and haunt us.
Does she have fireball yet?
Oh, she gets it level 5.
She'll do it again.
That'll
Only for
be
you, though.
Marcus's demise
Yeah.
by
I've got,
fireball.
I've got PTSD about that. So
No, but he's got like advantage on dex saves.
Not to
don't
level
you?
7.
yeah, not to level 7. And she gets out of level 5.
Nice having you, Marcus.
Oh, but I get level 7 is when I get the thing where I get half an A. Yeah, so no.
And if you pass the 6,
Pass, I get nothing. I just dodge out of the way of a giant flame.
Is that front door open?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it should be.
It should be.
Someone close it?
Yes.
This is awkward now.
I'm going to go close the front door. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Are we allowed?
So what's the next character that
You're already
got
doing it.
killed?
Alright, so then the next character that got killed by Jason is he rolled, he had this big dude after his guy got fireballed, but to be fair, that one died because didn't actually technically
he actually
die.
technically,
He got
he
petrified
probably
by-
died.
Petrified by a bastard.
But he probably died after that because who was chasing him down?
Yeah, he had a revenant after him, so probably not a good time. And then after that, and this is the worst story, is he created
Petrie!
another monk that could dash really fast and was all about mobility. So someone told him to dash past this set of traps that would do increased psychic damage while he's wet.
To be fair, this character was like 14 years old, absolute just should have been doped up on Ritalin. He was crazy, and he was just trying to impress everyone.
And yeah, he died. His head went.
He died of outright psychic damage. So, yeah, no death saves for that one. Great. And then after him, where?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Marcus.
because there was D, the cleric,
Diane. Yeah.
the inbred cleric.
Diane.
Diane, the inbred cleric.
Anyway, but that's on hold, on a hiatus while Natty 1 is being pumped out.
Yeah, we might revisit it at some point in some time in the future. Who knows?
Look, I'm not running any one-shots for this. This is where you and Matt are going to do some work.
Yeah,
Bailey as well. Bailey can run a...
If this video gets, if this video gets, I'm saying right now, if this video gets 5 likes, just 5 likes, Bailey will run a one shot.
At some point.
Push it to 10.
No designated time.
If it gets to 10 likes, then Sarah will run a one shot.
Oh my god.
She already wants to, doesn't she? She wants
Yeah,
to
she
run
wants
a
to
Skyrim 1.
Yeah.
Original. And then, as well as our dungeon master, we have our dungeon master's wife, because she is.
She's good value.
And she plays our wizard, who is the reason we're all on this journey at the moment.
Well, I mean, you've just finished your journey, so now you're just on a nice stroll back to Feldenbrook.
Yeah, nice simple stroll.
We could have been back at Feldenbrook by now, is all I'm gonna say.
We just wanted to make sure that there weren't any bad guys.
You know, not that we went there before 5 days or almost a week ago on our way through.
Look,
Yeah.
that's fair. That is a fair. And given what happens, I understand we were wrong. Let's just move on. Alright? Let's just get back to Feldy. Because they're doing that, they've got the
Festival's
the
on.
festival. Is it already started by now?
Would have started. Yeah.
We're going to be set up
times.
a festival.
Yeah, and it's...
Or at least some of it.
No, the festival goes for about a week.
Keen to get some bacon and eggs.
Wait, what's a week in game language?
7 days.
No, game, is it
Moons.
still called a week?
Still a
Moons?
week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still called a
7 moons or a week is fine.
Okay. So, yeah. So, Micah, who plays Aloe Vera, or Aloe Vera, as we call
Whatever
it.
you want to call it.
She's good for burns.
Important girl.
Well, that'd be nice.
Important girl.
When she remembers them.
She has got a few good ones off.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have changed a few things.
It's hard to because a lot of the times we're just focusing on getting our rolls out. Once we roll, it's too late anyway.
Yeah.
And then we've got the little Yelpy dog. Yep, he always yelps when you pick him up.
Now we're going to get Peter Moss and we're going to get the RSPCA.
Peter, no, he's not in this episode.
Oh.
Go, little
No, well, the PETA can't actually touch us because we're an Australian group, so...
No, RSPCA though.
Yeah, hi.
What?
Sponsor
He
us.
gets fed every day.
Sponsor us. RSPCA sponsorship. Send us animals.
No.
Don't send us animals.
They cost too much money.
It's
Yeah.
true. It costs too much money, doesn't it?
Oh.
I feel bad. I love that dog. Him and that his dog. You saw Bronte in the last episode. She was the loud noises running around the floor as well. These two together, it's like
You guys
ridiculous.
just continually got up during that session and made so much noise. All of you are guilty.
Because
Once.
my wife
I
was
got
there
up
to look
once.
after the dog.
I didn't do it. I don't think.
I don't know.
Once.
I got up once because of.
It's
no
hard.
tape.
Because
We
you
have-
were hungry and you wanted snacks.
No, I didn't.
But you said, you
At one point you got up because you wanted snacks, and then we got the snacks and broke 2 minutes afterwards. We had a break. It's like,
Didn't we have one episode where we didn't have a break though?
So new rule is that you're not allowed to get up unless it's
That's
important.
I went to the toilet.
Go to the
spoilers.
toilet before.
What?
Go
What?
to the toilet before.
I go to the
How
toilet.
about
We have strict rules.
How about if it's an important toilet break?
Well, I mean, when you
If it's
gotta
got
go,
to
you
do with
gotta
important, you should have seen it coming. And then just do what I do. Adult diaper.
No, you don't.
I don't know.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Hey, they're amazing. If they're good enough for astronauts.
I don't
No,
wanna
if they're good enough for
I don't
astronauts,
wanna know.
they're good enough for anyone.
when you're
No.
not in space.
You only have adult diapers when you're either.
So, my first question, to do with episode 5,
Of stone and claw.
Stone and Claw.
Stone and wood.
Barrack pretty much has this tendency to just not really want to get involved with things that aren't really directly related to him.
Yeah.
I did find it kind of weird when we're there doing our thing, and then the Stone Claw guys come.
My boys.
And then everyone just decides that it's like their place to just get involved.
Classic parties.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting there
And I'm like, I'm gonna eat all your
You
breakfast.
did, you ate it all.
I was like,
Good food.
Marcus was just like, I remember thinking, like, Marcus is sitting there going, it's not our place to worry, and then everyone gets up and just goes, alright. I'm like,
And it's out of everyone, it's Kendra, the one who's been really quiet and just going along. And then all of a sudden she's like, no.
she was just getting over, trying to get out the anger of not knowing what the heck the Firefly was up to.
I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah, she probably saw the, this is a running joke, by the way, on our, I don't know which camera, I'm going to look at that one.
the one that's focused on you, maybe?
This is a running joke in our Facebook chats and things like that, that the amount of times Sarah was, I mean,
It's interesting.
none of us knew what the heck she was supposed to do, really. So we couldn't be much help, but
I was trying to help her. I
I
knew
was telling
exactly
you
what
not
to do.
to. I was like,
Yeah,
no,
but you're naughty, you're not supposed to do that.
I know,
You should've
but she
been-
was taking so long.
you should've been like,
Goddamn
she was-
interesting.
You should have just been like, I'm gonna use my portent and tell you that I saw
I
you
should've.
doing this, and
Yeah.
then it would have been like,
No, but I wasn't there though.
needless to
I was asleep.
say, Kendra found that Firefly very interesting.
Well, I mean, she went to her default, which was fire.
eventually,
Yeah, she tried. Lucky she was at level 5.
whole tent just on fire.
I cast Fireball.
On everything.
Fuck the Firefly. We're all gonna. I'm going.
I reckon if she ate it, she would have got 2 levels up. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's a question for you, Nick, as a DM. How much? So you kind of made it that then a voice started talking to her after a while to tell her to turn around, and she saw the statues talking to her.
Yeah.
Was that
Was narrative.
what you intended to happen? Did she trigger the right thing, or was that you actually throwing her a bone and going, maybe I made this too quick?
So the whole idea was with this was when
Let-
she
let
cast a spell
Sarah know
into
what
it.
she was supposed to do.
When she finally figured out to cast light, because the Firefly. I'm glad I'm saying it's lighting up. You know, it's trying to. She finally figured it out, and then obviously there was no spell. But then she sort of looked, and she was glowing, so nothing else was happening. So
And that was also interesting.
yeah.
It was.
And then as she walked and
Very
turned around, that's when the voice triggered, and that was all in my notes.
I was gonna say, we do love you,
So-
Sarah. You're fantastic.
You've just got the memeable, most memeable thing.
We've
at the
got
moment.
you, and then that position that Matt got into on the second B&B.
Yeah, and Misty stepped behind you. That's our meme so
Oh.
far.
It's great.
Still, can we just talk about one thing at the moment that happened that needs to be discussed? Is that Pete whipping himself, that action that he made when he was...
That wasn't that in the episode before?
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't brought up, but I felt like it
It
needed
was like
to be brought up.
the.
Because that
Peter-
face and that action that he made was
Peter
amazing.
has the most amazingly sick and sadistic sense of humor. Seriously, the best. I live with the guy. He's the kind of guy that you laugh.
Yeah, we literally had to censor something out you said for YouTube and not him.
We didn't have to, but
No.
I'm glad we really
did.
did. if you want to see the full version of what I said in that joke, subscribe to Patreon. We don't have one, but if you think we should get a Patreon, comment below that you wish we did, and we might.
Huh?
I'm gonna comment below and be like, I wish we had Patreon.
Same.
Done. I wish we did have a Patreon.
You know what we should do?
What the hell?
We should get a Patreon.
Guys, in the description below, we're going to have our link to our Patreon. It's our first kind of delve
What the hell
into
is
this.
a Patreon?
You're
It's
very...
like, it's like where,
It's
where
where
the
you
people...
pay for people's like Snapchats and then they send you nudes.
What?
No, it's where like...
Like, what is a thing?
Okay, so
That was a thing.
there's at least 5 people out there that watch our videos, right?
There.
Other than the players, there's at least 5 other people that watch these things. And those 5 people,
6.
that's at least 5.
It's
Look it up, you're not wrong. I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah, those people can support us financially in creating more content. Yeah, I don't know what they would.
But they get
They
cool
pay
little
monthly.
goodies and extra things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like we might do some things as we come up, like drop shipping some shirts.
We can sell our bath
Merchandise.
water. That's a thing at Chick
Yes. What's her
Yeah.
name? Delphine.
Delphine.
Who is she? What is she? Why is she?
She calls herself a gamer girl. She's a Twitch streamer that plays video games that
And she
Now
gives
gets-
away.
now gets
bath
famous for
water.
being practically naked
Right.
all the time.
She's one of those people you
my
buy
favourite
from
thing she did,
Snapchat.
I've got to say, as much as I don't like her for just who she is as a person, I know that was harsh but true, she made a Pornhub account. And this is flippin' hilarious. I read an article that I think it was Ben Shapiro or someone else talked about, where she said if she gets a certain number of likes or something, she'd make 1 million likes on Instagram, she'd make a Pornhub account. She made a Pornhub account that is the biggest troll you've ever seen.
Yeah, like one of her titles is like Belle Delphine gets a big black one in the hole or something, and it's her playing pool and sinking the black.
It's just troll videos, and apparently, because I don't go on Pornhub,
Let's hope your wife doesn't watch it.
Right, she doesn't.
Okay.
She hates us.
What?
This show.
Jason, you should really stand up for your wife and not say such terrible things.
I know, it's true. She doesn't hate the show, she just hates that we film in the house every second week.
Whose
Anyway.
house?
My house.
Yeah, your house.
Yeah, not today, obviously. Every second week. We'll be there next week. Anyway. I lost what I was saying.
It's
Good.
my
Moving
Pornhub.
on to our next question.
Belle Delphine, that's
Next
right.
question.
No.
What got you into D&D, Nick?
Yeah, what were you doing? Hold on.
Is this how long I've got?
No.
It's just his
I'm just measuring
OCD.
how long the timer goes for.
Well,
Are you even counting?
I'm measuring it with the timer.
honestly, the reason I played D&D is because I was bored on a Friday night and had nothing to do and got invited along to it. That was literally the reason.
Nice.
And since I am a musician by trade, I was like, hey, Bard looks pretty cool. And it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, it doesn't really go uphill from there.
But I ended up rolling my Bard, Dalzo, which is what I named
Hey,
my
That's the name of the dog that whimpered before.
And he was hilarious, and he was your typical cliche Bard.
Annoying.
No, negative on that one. He was very, very lovable. Shady shenanigans like smuggling salamander eggs and demon blood throughout the Empire. He
usual
actually
bad
he
stuff.
ran his own bar. He was great. He was good times.
General
bar, that's so cool.
Usual bust. You and your freaking alcoholic characters. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you always have a drink in one hand with your characters, don't you?
Most of the time.
This guy just spends most of his time trying to
When you said my
find some way to find what's the jug? The alchemist's jug? This is like every character pretty much for him is like, how do I get an alchemist jug?
You actually gave
succeeded.
Well, I wasn't even trying to look
I gave
for
you
it
one
at
to
the
start
time.
with, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, not to. It was like in the first kind of dungeon we went into.
Yeah.
It was like pretty early in the dungeon. You're like, oh, there's like this glowing thing. It's
I
like,
like other things, especially fireflies.
Interesting.
Sarah, I wish we could honestly say we're sorry, but
We're not.
I'm not.
we're just horrible people.
I'm not horrible.
hey, I'm sure
They make the best D&D players.
It's true.
I'm sure we'll get like memes on everyone at one point.
And the sand timer goes for precisely that long.
There you go.
Goes for a sand timer's length.
Yep. Provided the sand timer is that long.
No, it's about the volume inside the
So next
sand.
question, he said.
It's true.
So, Michael, what got you into D&D?
Bailey's doing it.
This guy.
Yeah? Well, they say the
A
couple
lot of persuading.
they say the couple
So-
of games together are based
That's
together.
right, your wife can't get angry at you playing D&D if she plays D&D.
Hear that, Joanna?
Joanna, who doesn't watch the show.
She will. But it was really funny because she was always adamant she'd never play D&D because she didn't want to be, I quote, nerd. Now she's...
Nerd.
But she played it once and I'm like, so what do you think? And she's going, oh, yeah, it was alright. When's the next session?
And don't worry, Micah, the way you did those math problems before, it's evident you're not a nerd. Alright? It's fine.
Oh.
How about all the math questions before you got here?
I didn't see those. So I
Yeah,
can't comment.
see? So
I
shut
can't
your
comment on
face.
things that I haven't seen.
Shut your face.
Yeah.
You comment on everything.
I do.
Continue with the interview, please.
I'm not interviewing, Bailey's interviewing.
Why am I interviewing?
Because you've been asking all the questions. Because
You guys had one job to prep something for B&B
Yeah.
and
I wasn't even gonna come. It was like last minute. I'm
you
like,
botched
yeah,
it,
come.
your group of Merkins.
I've prepped stuff for the last one I did, and it went so great that I decided I don't need to prep.
Good.
Because like I said last time, I'm better than you.
Exactly, so keep
So
going.
what would you ask at this point?
No, I wouldn't tell you because you've obviously got something better.
Yeah, true. So
Oh my god.
I have a question.
What a great
What's
Do
the
you actually?
question?
Okay, so
Do it.
you played as Dalzo first, but how long until you kind of got into DMing games? Because I know you
Yeah.
DM a lot lately. Like, what kind of made you transition
Yeah, I'm sort
from
of
just a
you
player
know, once
to
you
DM?
get locked into DM, that's basically.
You just said that. Oh, who knows how to
Like,
DM?
I've recently been trying to play because I used to play in Chalker's game, Matt's game, but he recently put a pause on the game that he created. And Matt is amazing. He creates some really engaging storylines, really engaging content, and it's amazing. But for him, it takes him ages to come up with that content, which he didn't have the time for. So my character in his campaign was an Air Genasi sorcerer, Pride Eye, and he was basically a magical investigator.
Ooh.
Another guy in the campaign as well was, if you think sort of Sherlock Holmes, it's like the real edgy dude who he gets his information for the more darker sides of things from. And there was just this moment where there was so many big moments in that, but Matt put the pause on that one, and he's started to run Storm King's Thunder because obviously with a module you've got everything there in front of you. So all we have to do is just get a little bit of prep so you know what you're doing, and that's it. But I'm just finding it hard to get into character for any of those because I feel like I'm really invested into that story that Matt created with Pride of Eye, and to know that that's there, trying to get another character going is really tough. Also on top of that, just the power you have DMing is great because you can literally create any character you want.
Yeah.
Not so much killing everyone.
Does that mean in reality it could be whatever I want it to be?
Yeah, I know Thanos. But no, I don't know. DMing's great. I just always have these ideas of storylines, you know, reading a lot of books, watching a lot of things. You always pull a little bit of inspiration from that. But
I remember the first game I started playing with you DMing, the amount of kind of references to. I think there were different references to Skyrim and also to like World of Warcraft and things there where we're like, hey.
Sneaky ones. Well, I mean, people pull things all the time. Like when I played the campaign with Dalzo, a mate of ours called Eddie, he was running that campaign and he homebrewed everything, really, really cool. But he pulled everything from anime. So we ended up fighting this big boss and he had like 12 swords that he used.
Yes!
12 swords strapped to his back and all these swords, and he just wanted to collect swords. And Dalmo had this magical rapier, and this guy who wanted swords like, I really like swords. Can I buy your sword? And I'm like, no! Like, you know, and this guy's like, oh.
Although that other campaign you played in, the one with my bard,
Yeah.
if someone offered to buy that sword off you probably would have said yes.
Yeah, take it.
Please, can I
1%
pay
anymore.
you to have it?
He had a very annoying, he was a hexblade, and he had a very annoying patron that wouldn't shut up.
Love you, Reese. Reese has actually been really quite a good supporter of this
He is.
channel so
He's
far.
a good guy.
He's been really fantastic.
I'm hoping that he might even jump in as a little bonus for an arc.
Ooh. Well, that is a perfect segue to wanting to talk about something fan art.
Yes.
Because Reese has been fantastic.
Fan artastic.
Fan artastic.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think at this point it'd be good to put up some fan art.
Yeah, well, he's basically done.
Hey,
He's done a thing of every character. I mean, it's been on there anyway because all the little stat blocks have the art
Yeah,
in there
but
now.
the cool thing is like right now while we're talking, hopefully Bailey's got some sort of like slideshow presentation happening.
Well, all the art that I drew for the show was apparently not good enough, so
It's
fix that.
like
Look, everyone has their skills.
more work for me.
You wouldn't ask me to
today.
groove,
Yeah, you're right.
and I wouldn't ask you to draw.
Oh, there you go.
True.
Actually, I'll be honest, your drawing got like from the first to the last.
And my
that you
drawing
drew,
was better
was it
than all
Yeah,
of
but he's
yours.
sleeping with you, so you get the most effort put in. Because he's going to
What?
hear about it day after
Why?
day. You're not sleeping with him?
I am, but look at that.
Yeah, it means that
It's
yours
just
is
because
like...
he drew mine last.
Sure. I'm sure that's what it is.
Because
No, actually, no, I know that's what it is because he's also sleeping with me. And mine was also one of the better ones.
No,
Yes, it
mine was
was.
the best.
Yeah, well, he sleeps with you more.
Jason, that was one night. You got to let it go.
I will never let it go. That night meant more to me than anything else.
Fair enough.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
hey,
Can
Joe.
we ask another question? Thank you. You don't even have any questions.
Questions.
You're the best.
So, in that episode, we all leveled up.
You did?
We leveled up.
Was it that episode? Or?
Yeah, at the start of that episode / end of the last episode.
Yeah, because it was very interesting.
I
that's right.
want
We
to
ran
talk.
into
I
each
want to
other
talk
up in the
about.
lake.
I want to talk about you, Mr. DM, constantly just causing me. Well, actually, no, because I knew as a player he was in the lake, so that doesn't work. It's not on you, it's on me. But what is with this lake and me trying to worship my god and you just putting people in the way?
Look at me.
No, you got more than that. Don't worry, we'll talk about that.
You said it yourself. You knew that Barrack was there having a good old time, and there you go again.
Definitely didn't think he was having a good old time. I'll be honest, I forgot completely that he went down to the lake.
Sleeping in the lake.
I completely forgot. I assumed. I remembered you went to the lake, but I assumed, for some reason, I thought that you'd left the lake and were like with us or went back to the. Didn't realise you slept in the lake.
Well, for the first one too, I had it in my notes that you obviously have to try and find Renee in order to get ready to go, and she'd be in the lake.
Yeah.
And then you went by yourself, and that's how it rolled, and it was great.
And so my question really is for the viewers.
Hilariously awkward.
To the viewers, how do you handle rolling for deck size?
We need Matt,
really
the rule
wanna
master,
know-
here to tell us.
I
how
really
roll
want
for
to
deck
know
size.
how. Maybe we should ask. Does someone have an iPhone or ask Siri how to roll for deck size? I don't want to ask Siri that
No.
because Bailey rolled.
Are you serious?
Oh, Siri puns. I like it. You Samsung my tune there.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Bailey's out.
Wow, he committed to that lead, but he didn't like just walk off camera. He's like, I thought he was actually gone.
Just stolen your car. I'm like,
So,
no, I'm out.
how do you... Well, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the way that we did it. With a D12.
D12. Should you add like I don't know?
No, you don't add anything to it, mate.
Okay, so how old was Barrack?
Late 20s.
Late 20s. See,
Mid to late. somewhere around
Marcus is still a teenager, which means shouldn't he add proficiency for penis because he probably uses it more?
No, because if you have lots of sex, it doesn't mean that you have a bigger penis.
No, but he plays with it heaps.
That doesn't make
Yeah,
it...
true. He'd be proficient with penis?
No. I mean, well, it depends, really.
Why are we talking
I
about
mean, but
penises?
the thing is, we're not talking about the size, we're talking about the action to use it, you have proficiency.
True, okay. And Marcus definitely doesn't have that.
Exactly.
Because he grew up in a monastery.
That's probably why he's... He rolled a 1, didn't he?
Yeah.
I rolled a 2.
A 2. And then
I
what
rolled
did
a
you
2.
roll?
You rolled
11.
11. So I rolled to understand, like, because if you see someone else's junk, it's comparative.
But the thing
as
is,
to how...
we're talking on the flop.
Yeah, I know. Well,
That's a scary thought.
He can be a shower.
Maybe that's why he missed so many attacks originally.
It's
because
just in the way.
He was off balance.
Mike is lost. She doesn't know what we're talking about.
No, I do know what you're talking about. I'm just like, why are we talking about this?
We're talking about having big penises, which is also why Nick doesn't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
What?
Never mind. So all in all, D12, roll for penis.
I reckon that's the
Add
easy way to do it.
no constitution.
That's a homebrew rule. I don't know if there's
Do you just want a bigger penis? Is that what you're trying to say?
If it was as easy as rolling a dice.
But you have a chance to get a smaller one.
Well, Jason, it can be that easy.
Actually,
Just 9 monthly payments.
I've only ever bought one and they don't work. Anyway.
You bought one of what?
Alright, hang on. No.
Wait, we need to-
Rewind.
I've never bought one. I just thought it was a funny segue to the next
Okay.
question, which I haven't prepared yet. Yeah. So, how do we all feel that that our journey is going so far? Now that we've successfully finished the first kind of task.
Yeah, well, first arc complete, really, isn't it?
How is Olivera feeling about this accompaniment she's with?
Splendid.
Really?
And this is why I asked them the question. What answers? Good for it. Now, how does she? What is her opinions of each? Go through the list of the people. What's her opinions
Oh my
of everyone?
god.
Hit us with
Do you
the
remember the
tea.
people in your party?
Totally. Okay,
She's like,
I'll
they're there
start.
somewhere.
I'll
Like,
start with Barak. I was gonna say Barak.
Baruch. That was
I was
Baruch.
literally gonna say that.
Or was I calling Barack?
He's friendly to me, but I stole his wine and he doesn't know about it.
I forgot about that.
So I don't know how he feels about
And
me.
Barrick will never know that you stole his wine.
He will
Why not?
never know.
Yeah, why not?
Unless I tell
I
you.
don't know, because I feel like she won't tell him.
She's probably already drunk it.
No,
she
I
gave
gave
it to
it.
the
I gave
elf
it to the elf
Oh,
guy.
you did too.
Because he was
He
like,
might
oh,
hand
I'm
the
thirsty.
wineskin back when we get there, and I'll be like, wait, that's mine. It's got like Barrack like sewn
And
into
then-
the side
and
of it
then
with like
Chef.
a heart.
And then Chef, I don't know my opinion about Chef as yet.
Chef.
Chef. I can't even say his name.
He's a chef. Yeah, he does.
I don't know. I think he's just making a lot of unpredictable.
He does seem borderline chaotic at times.
And
I think he's fairly good.
And then
I'm not
Kindra. Oh my god, I didn't even know about Kindra.
Could you stop making so much noise with the dice?
Kindra is. Oh my god. Stop it. Kindra just needs to get in the firing line and destroy lots of things.
We have not been drinking, I promise.
And then
Kindra's trying to destroy.
No, I want her to destroy lots of things.
But she doesn't have fireball yet.
Yeah,
well, she will destroy things.
She's a cleric. Why? She's a healer.
Yeah.
Is she?
But she really wants to kill things.
She's meant to be.
She just wants to kill things, okay?
No, she does. It's like no replaceable.
And then you've
no, you roll.
You got Matt's character. What's his name again? Lance.
Is this one of those times where being able to say
he's my friend because he is also an elf.
It's racist.
Racism.
That's pretty racist.
This game is fueled by racism.
And then Marcus is, yeah.
That's it. I couldn't be friends with like nearly anyone in the
I just want to point out.
friends with you.
I just want to point out that you whip yourself and I don't understand it.
Because you touch yourself at night. No, I feel like every single game I've ever played. Well, that's three. Three characters I've made and they've never got along with your characters.
Oh my god.
Like they've actually never gotten along. It's
Broken time.
Because
no,
yes,
no, they didn't.
Yes, I saved you a few times.
You probably saved Marcus a few times. It doesn't mean you like it.
Just because I didn't want to find out about that stupid ghost or whatever it was in the game, and you're like, oh, why can't you like survive? Like, why can't you heal that guy? And I'm just like, I don't want to heal it. And then it ended up being a ghost anyways. It would have wasted my power. That's just legit. No. I just draw the line right there. There's the line. There's the line.
This was my favourite moment in any game playing as a character because I got so involved in that argument that I almost jumped over the table.
Standing up
I almost jumped. I felt like I had to pull myself back because I was going to jump over the table and like just start yelling at you from like, I'm like, wait, this is a game. This is a game. Oh dear, but it was great. But yeah, it seems like Marcus is kind of. Well, I wouldn't say she doesn't necessarily not like Marcus.
I don't not like Marcus, but I'm just like, Marcus.
He's a dragon man.
He's a dragon
man.
And trying to impress, you perv on girls, don't you? You like perv on girls?
He didn't even.
Yeah, that's right.
Such a pervert.
He didn't even.
I wasn't there, but it's the way that you explained it.
Monastery.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem when you try to ask.
And Quoth the Raven, I'm staring at her chest. Oh. That's literally what you did in the episode.
Yeah. So, if you're like an 18-year-old dude who's lived in a monastery and you see the first naked girl you've ever seen,
yeah, you would stare at her breasts.
You'd probably be like zoned out, going, "Oh crap, I'm staring." No, what? And
now you whip out your book and your ink and you're like, right, I've got to remember this.
Especially when you've got 9 charisma.
True.
It's really hard to play a low charisma character when you meet. All right.
It's true.
It's
then
really
why
hard.
did you put low charisma?
Well, I had to put the 9 somewhere.
Should have put it in strength.
Yeah.
Strength monk. Monk does. I'd still technically do 1d4 minus 1.
For what?
The monk if I had -1 strength and I was punching things.
Yeah, but you're a monk, you use dex for it.
No, but I was a strength monk. Remember?
You can just change it. It doesn't
You
matter.
can use dex or strength.
I know, but I was saying it'd be still do something anyway.
But if you didn't have the strength, you wouldn't be a strength monk. Just one day I want to go into that head of yours. I want to see how you function.
My head is like, I saw this post and it spoke to me so much. I saw this post, it was like, my brain is like my internet browser. 15 tabs open, 3 of them aren't working and I don't know where the music's coming from. That's pretty much my head.
There you go.
It's not fun.
Maybe more tabs open, I think.
Yeah, I've lost count of how many tabs are open.
I can't deal with having more than like 10 tabs open.
Oh, Peach is terrible. Peach phone always has like 900 Facebook messages like on it. Plus, whenever I'm like, oh, can I borrow your phone to Google something? And he's got literally like 200 tabs open on every single internet browser. And then his computer, I'm walking to use his Mac once and it's just like, oh yeah, tabs with like the little arrow that points to next tabs. I'm like,
good.
good. It's like that. It's like an episode of IT Crowd where he walks into Jen's computer and it's just got like everything all over the desktop. If this was a dog, I'd put it down. Pretty much.
If this were a human, I'd shoot it.
But yeah, I think it's interesting. Hopefully, when Nick inevitably kills another one of my characters at some point, hopefully I can make someone you will enjoy being around.
Oh no, it's fun. I enjoy being around.
I'm not going to kill your characters.
I'm starting to feel like maybe it's me you don't like.
It's not the character.
I would like to think that makes more sense to me. Because
But
I thought my
doesn't
characters
make
were
sense.
lovely, except for Calthor. He was a dick.
He was the biggest.
He
dick.
was almost
Did
as
you roll
big.
I literally.
He was almost as big a dick as Barrack's dick.
It's pretty big.
I literally did want to cut your dick off.
Wow.
Did you do it?
No. But remember,
Can you kinda do it for a
was that in our campaign where you was it you who cut the dick off?
No, that was Andrew.
That was Andrew. That's right.
And then it was it Louis? Pocket titties?
No, that was Josh.
Josh with his pocket titties.
Josh Lau with the pocket.
Oh, pocket titties. Just there are some. If you've played with, I want to see some stories below. Comment below the 5 people that watch this. Your like worst best D&D story. Because last time we talked about Pete's best worst D&D story on the last B&B.
Oof.
And that I don't know if anything can top that. Skull fucking an orc to death, well to unconsciousness. But surely there's someone out there that can top that. So if you can top that, top it. And if you can't, try it. And we may have a giveaway for the best story. We may not.
We will.
You can have healing potion.
Really? We're going to give someone a jar with some red
You
dice.
can have a jar with some D4s. D4s not included.
Just a jar.
Also jar not included.
But there might be some bath water.
We'll give you some bath.
Yes.
2 D4 worth of bath.
2
water.
1.
2 ones.
Can we do that? We'll get the D4s. We'll actually put it in bath water from my bath.
No.
I don't use my bath. I've had less baths in my bath than my dog has had baths in my
How
bath.
is it that we're on a D&D talk show and we're talking about baths and
B&B. Baths and
And beyond.
Beyond. That's a shop, isn't it?
No.
Oh, Bed Bath and Beyond. BB&B. We're going to change the name to BB&B. Yeah.
Stop it.
Sorry, I'm really fiddly.
Where did you get the idea for those?
Actually, Matt.
Oh, there you go.
Matt did it, and then I was like, "Oh, I like these hexagony ones."
You're very creative. How's your terrain going?
That's another cool. We finally have our terrain maker on the show.
The terrain.
Our Terramancer. Our
It
resident
takes a
Terramancer.
lot of time and effort to
Actually,
get
I'm going to
this.
bring one in.
Oh, there's one on top of
I'm going to bring it
the.
back. I'm gonna bring this
There's
right up
one
there.
on top of.
Yes,
the,
this is the good. This is the amazing one. There's a.
Just be
one
careful.
on.
The-
Ah! Oh, tree fell over.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Watch out for the fan. Not much of a
Where's
fan
the good-
of that.
Where's the look best? Let's have a look.
Over there, probably. You can't see it on that.
Whee, look at this, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, nice.
So, inspiration. How amazing is this terrain?
She didn't get inspiration.
This is. She should.
I just made it.
She should have got
She
inspiration.
just made it.
So that waterfall is glue.
Yeah, that's super glue.
That is
Oh
a-
no, sorry. Hot glue gun.
Hot glue gun glue.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, if you feel it, it's like
It's not
quite.
hot.
It's not hot though, so
Also, it's not hot glue gun anymore. It's just glue gun.
it's just glue gun. Yeah.
Well, it's actually not even the gun. It's just glue now.
But yeah, most of the stuff you can buy online, and then just putting it together is the hard part.
Are you ever going to do a tutorial? You should do tutorials.
Yeah,
watch that.
Yeah, just the thing with tutorials is I can't actually focus like with the terrain and with
So what you
the
got to do,
audience.
all you got to do is just put your camera on
And be like,
time lapse and
okay,
do stuff,
next
and then just
part
voice
we're
over
gonna
it.
do this, and then you do that.
If this video gets between 8 and 9 likes,
No,
somewhere between, not including 8 or 9, but somewhere between 8 and 9 likes.
So what, 7.8 likes?
You
That's
can't get it.
below 8. But yeah, if this gets like 8.5 likes, we will make sure that Micah does a terrain.
Stop promising stuff.
Yeah.
let's
stop it.
not
I
let's
don't
not
promise so
promise
many
that because I have a lot of stuff happening right now. So yeah,
They're not magic.
Bite the
They're not magic
mushroom.
mushrooms.
I did.
They're definitely not magic mushrooms. We saw what those mushrooms do.
oh these mushrooms they're actually made out of clay,
They are made out of clay.
and then you shape it, and
Does it come off?
then
Don't break
yes.
it.
It's just blue tacked on.
And then on the bottom you just glue tack it because obviously there's no other way you can glue clay to a
Which is pretty
board.
sick.
But
It's pretty sick. Have you got anything in the upcoming plans?
I'm not revealing anything.
Oh,
you could give it a little thing.
secret.
No.
Just a little bit of.
Do you
little bit of-
ever struggle while playing to not use your like metagame knowledge of like terrain or whatever? Or
Yeah.
How much does Nick give you?
But it's not. It's not.
necessarily.
It's not
what-
really metagaming because I never tell her what the actual encounter
you're
is.
just like, oh, it's something's
I
gonna
need
happen
this.
there.
I need this placed here.
Like for example,
That's
with the
all.
mushrooms and stuff like that, she had no idea that the mushrooms were emitting spores.
I did know one thing, but it didn't happen. So.
So it's pretty much Nick said, I want waterfall.
So I basically
mushrooms.
give her a map,
I'll let you draw.
Well,
I
she
draw a
just
map
draw. He just draws something.
Ooh,
and then Micah makes it, which is cool.
very nice.
And then
Very
there's
nice.
and there's stuff obviously that he'd want placed somewhere, and I'd have to place it there. But other than that, usually this is just me doing that.
Mm.
But yeah, anyways. And if you're in Australia, most of the stuff I got from Spotlight or Mighty Ape.
Mighty Ape. What's Mighty Ape?
It's just a store. But I mean, like,
it's
it's
a
still
store
where you can buy
online.
stuff.
It's
I mean, most of the
store
stuff is,
online.
so these trees, they're all basically online.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Mighty Ape, we'd love a sponsorship.
Sure.
Mighty Ape, sponsor us. We'll make amazing terrain. Well, Michael will make amazing terrain. We'll.
So Mighty Ape don't actually make the train, they just sell it. They don't
Yeah,
Yeah.
just sell it.
Well, we'll do
But
some
yeah.
keep buying from
great
Mighty Ape.
stuff. And this
Yeah.
is paper mache.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Which
so
is
the waterfall
probably-
is like, it took me like a good 2 to 3 days to actually make the waterfall itself because paper mache is time consuming.
It's about how long it took me to create my entire bard character. So
But that's a character
this
that,
lasted more than 5 minutes.
yeah. But yeah,
Although technically not in real time.
and
This is in
then
game time.
most of the foliage, yeah, like I said, get from Mighty Ape, Spotlight, art stores, art craft stores, yeah.
And how have you found using the terrain that we were given from
Dungeon Castle.
Dungeon Caster,
Oh yeah,
our good
no,
boys?
that's good to apply to a lot of stuff that I can't actually make myself.
Mm.
So
Because you used that
really
in the same episode when we went through the water. That was the previous episode.
The
wasn't it?
hacks.
Through the
yeah,
water
so
and hacks
a lot
and
of
that.
a few things like that, like say like tables and stuff, I can't actually make just yet. I haven't
Just also
actually
like the
figured it
ruins
out.
and stuff.
The ruins obviously is made by 3D printer, so I don't have one of those. So
And
that's why.
once again, if you're looking for any sort of like kind of dungeony terrain, that kind of stuff, check out Dungeon Caster, the dungeoncaster.com, or
Use code Natty1 NATTY
to get
the
1%.
number one.
number one, and you will get 1% off of any purchase
What?
at the
Is
moment.
that thing?
Used to be 15% till the end of June. Unfortunately, now it's after June.
So
Yeah.
now we
So-
have a permanent code for 1%.
For 1%, however, that will change.
Hey, if you order $100 worth, that's $1 you saved.
Yeah,
Sounds
I'm
good.
sure Honey might like use our code or something.
yeah. If you use Honey would love a sponsorship too. We know you're busy sponsoring like Mr. Beast and stuff all the time, but he usually gets like tens of thousands of dollars. We're just like $100. Buy me dinner. I don't care. Just something.
How come you're the only one getting dinner?
Yeah, where's my
Yeah, where's my dinner?
Because I'm gonna
What?
send them an email. And be
Yeah,
like, "Hey,
wow.
Honey,
Email.
sponsor me." Yeah.
Honey, do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So big.
Yeah.
movie,
Ask us
right?
more questions about the episode, Jason.
Well, what
Do
else?
your job.
What are the ghost children?
Yeah. What the heck happened? That just happened and then stopped.
What do you mean it stopped?
The ghost children.
Oh, do you know?
They're around.
Well, it stopped as far as we stopped seeing it.
When?
We never saw it. I think Lance
You
is
never
crazy.
saw it.
Okay, but
What does Marcus think about the ghost children?
Marcus thinks you're all a bunch of crazy motherfuckers.
What does Ella think?
But honestly,
I think there's something up. Well, because I am magical, so I feel it'll just be something magical or something or other.
It's just like, what the heck? I don't care, Lance. Go sleep. You're crazy.
he was acting pretty crazy. No, Marcus believed him, but then you know he can't exactly see in the dark, so who knows what the heck.
It wasn't in the dark though, it was during
It
the
was
day.
in the day
I thought it was
after.
in the dark.
No, it was during the daytime.
No, during the
Like you were tracking.
That's a good
Oh, that's right.
That was
And then,
before
You know when you have a really good yawn, you just feel really refreshed after it? That was that.
oh, those assassin-y. How fast was that chick?
Yes.
Like, was she just going to
Did you just like pull that up randomly, like, oh shit, they're gonna catch her, this can't happen? Or
Oh,
did
no,
you
not at all. I have the stats for it and everything.
Yeah?
Hmm.
How much can you tell us about her?
Nothing.
Well, I can tell you that they kept pace with.
They were faster than
Lance.
Lance and he was moving.
Well, they
over
weren't
100 feet.
faster than Lance. Lance
Oh,
was
they
keeping
had
pace
the-
with
yeah.
them. So by that logic, Lance can move 35 feet because he's a wood elf and he can dash and he can also bonus action dash.
Micah, you were doing maths before. What's that?
105.
That's a dot. You know how it's loading?
Yeah.
Buffering.
It is 105, no. Bailey was right. Well done.
I didn't work that out, I remember Matt saying that.
Well done, Matt. Well done.
Matt can do maths
Matt's
so fast.
ridiculous. Matt is one of these, like, dice, add things up, just geniuses. He's great.
Genie.
He's not very good at much else, but he's very good at Dungeons and Dragons.
Don't be mean to Matt.
He's also very good at assuming that he's good at everything.
That's Lance.
That is.
No,
nice. Well, that's both characters.
That's it. Yeah, so that was that girl that we were chasing. I assume it was a girl, wasn't it?
You don't know.
No, I thought,
It was a
I thought
hooded figure.
it was a
You
hooded
saw
figure.
elf ears poking
That-
out or
that-
something.
That hooded elf figure, that was the other group of...
You assume.
Yeah, I assume it is. It's pretty intense.
No, it was outside. It wasn't in the tent.
Oh,
I was in a tent.
He was intense. So
Yeah.
He was intense.
That's why you got your long rest.
Yeah.
He got a long rest.
Because I didn't
I
want
got
to
long
go
rest.
follow the frickin'.
You are amazing at interrupting our rests. I love it.
Just don't rest.
Just don't rest. Everyone playing elf, so there's half the chance that he'll not let us rest.
I kind of
I
wanted
just roll
Marcus
really
and...
good in perception.
To be perfectly
I've seen
honest,
what you
that
said.
happened towards the end of the rest. It's just that some tools decided to go and hunt old tracks.
Well, yeah.
I
I was
honestly...
just backing up Lance, to be honest. 'cause he
I
seems-
wanted them to go off and have their own campaign where they're crossing the sea looking for these freaking orcs and they become like full pirates and everything. Just
my
trying to
God.
track this one
just like-
set of footprints like...
Lance becomes like the Sherlock Holmes, like, detective, and I'm like Watson, just his sidekick. That'd be the best. What is the longest that anyone's split party?
No, interesting.
How
Maybe
long-
they run two separate campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, what's the longest you've had to run a split party for?
Probably
In
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, so like one session,
Yeah.
pretty much. You never had like multiple sessions?
I haven't really seen like or heard of split partying for ages, but I've heard of just actual two separate D&D campaigns like set in the same universe and then they like collide in like say there's a massive like world
Segway!
battle.
Nick, you're an inspiration for this world. It seems to be an amalgamation of a few different games we've played.
Correct.
Care to explain your...
No.
Well,
What can you tell us? What can't you tell
my
us?
first ever campaign that I ran was Synergy. So that was desert land within Drenethor.
Where Kitchell got spiked to death, yep.
So the events of that took place about 500 years, cycles ago. And that's where we are now. So therefore, when you look at the map and you see like ruins of Kia, ruins of all that, they were actually cities that existed back in that time. Yeah.
When we started our second campaign, the one with Kaldor and Arok and all that, which is that...
That wasn't the second
That's-
campaign. The second
oh,
campaign
sorry,
was
no,
Rosh Hashanah.
Sorry, the second campaign was Rashonia,
Yeah.
which is also some part of
Yeah,
this,
there's an
right?
island. It's a reclusive island that no one really knows anything.
Yeah. Was it always your intent to kind of... Was it in your mind to have them in the same realm, or was that something you put together for this?
It was an idea that was there to have all these different things come together, and I guess this just sort of drove it to become what it is. And then my campaign before Rashinia, which was with some friends up north, that was Zereth. So that's the other continent to the east. I was kind of east and west mixed up. It's weird.
One of them. It's in a direction
That's
opposite
is
to the
that
other.
where hello Vera
Yeah,
is?
so she's from Zereth, so the elves are from Zereth.
Is that everything? Is that everything we've got to so far with Rashonia?
And then there was the other one shot that I ran once upon a time.
Oh, the one shot with Spirit of Jazz.
No.
Oh, no, that one. Oh yeah, you killed him too. We forgot about him. You killed him. But that was a good death. That's the one character death I've had where I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
Because it was at the end, it was like the climax of the fight, he was remembered as a hero-ish, and that was good.
True. But yeah, no. It's lots to unfold, really, without giving too much away.
Lots for you to still write.
I'm still waiting to turn this campaign into a pirate campaign somehow. Because I haven't played one before.
You'll get
so.
that.
We almost got to do it in the last campaign before we stopped that.
Yeah.
We were literally about to do it.
Yeah.
And that one doesn't seem like it's set. It was set in this same realm.
No, that one is different.
Yeah. Damn. I wanted to find the
The only reason why is because that's still ongoing. I don't want to.
Can you at least still write the what are those merchants that I bought the sword from?
Oh, the Quathari.
Yeah, can you just write them into this one so I can buy like a cursed sword that's gonna like. Oh, I was so happy when I cut my hand off and thought I was done with that. Anyway, another campaign for another day.
For another day, hey?
Yeah, so is your approach to making games like the world, do you build the whole world or do you build, like you get the ideas and you add ideas as you go but let the players kind of dictate what you need to write next?
So, I write a very basic skeleton overview of the world. So, for example, I always write the backstory of what's going on in the world, which I see as the main story, the main campaign. What's going on behind the scenes. I actually give them a bit of a time frame too, so that way if the party takes too long to do something, certain events might spread by word of mouth. When it comes to creating towns and cities, I will usually do that if they're going there. Because I feel like I've done it before where I've written all these shops and all of these things and they never go there. So I'd rather put my efforts and time in towards places where people are going. I think the most important thing though is to create well-refined areas around. So events that are happening that dictate, because if you don't have anything going on, it can get very two-dimensional.
Yeah, see, I had that problem with the first time, because I had the Morella campaign that I DM'd, that we then reset for everyone. But the first time we played it, we did that really cool minigame intro,
Yeah.
which we did the first time we played through that, and Bailey played it both. But they got through the intro so quickly that we got into the campaign. We were like, oh, we might as well start, and I had nothing prepped. And it ended up being, as I felt, I don't know how you guys felt, but I felt like it was the most flat, two-dimensional, boring thing ever.
So Morella, which character was I playing? Was that the bard?
Yeah, that was the one where you were on the...
bards are awesome.
They weren't, he wasn't.
I charmed like a whole bandit party.
See? That sucked.
At least you didn't cast Sleep on a Vampire.
It's true.
I didn't even need to cast the spell. I was playing the I think it's
Glamour. Chronology of Glamour.
I can't remember where it came
pretty
from.
good, the whole thing.
Yeah, but it was like if I play my instrument for a minute, anything
this
listening is charmed.
This guy.
So we run into like an argument, and I'm just like, "Oi, Jason, I stopped playing my flute," and he's kind of like looked confused and was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever, go for it," and then continued like explaining the argument, and then after sitting there quietly for like a minute, I'm like, "Hey, Jace, has it been a minute?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah." Like
I pretty much just, I was like, has it been a minute? And I went, yeah. Fails. They're all charmed by you, go ahead. It's so good. He basically just baited me into this.
we were about to get TPK'd though. I felt
It was pretty hectic. It was. I had ways
me
out.
and another player just kind of screwed everything over.
Yeah, but like the question I had was because one bit of advice you gave me when I started DMing, because I've been playing for a long time. Like I've played for a lot longer than you have, but I haven't DM'd until after I started playing in your campaigns. I asked, how do you go about creating encounters? Do you create a whole bunch of encounters in different areas, and if they go there, they do? And you made the suggestion of creating, I guess, cut and paste encounters, like things that kind of could be modified based on where they go to fit different scenarios.
Yeah, you can do that if you want to.
Which I thought was a really interesting way to kind of, if you don't have a lot of time to prep a session every week, you only have to prep a few different encounters, and they can...
See, this is what I mean by I always try and flesh out the lands around cities, so that way I know the different groups that are there.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, it was very, very early on mentioned that there were bandits all around, but there were two aforementioned groups that, you've got these juggernauts that seem to be really, really dangerous, really infamous, bloodthirsty people. That, even the guards of the film book don't want to even try and go towards them because of these stories.
I forgot all about that, like how big they were. talked up. I thought,
and then the
I
dancing.
thought that the other ones were
And you've got the
bad.
dancing ravens who they know nothing about because the way that they go about their
They're so sneaky.
banditry is by absolute finesse, sneakiness, and now by what you've seen, they're actually using poison too, which could also be a factor as well.
But it may also not be deadly poison. It could be sleeping. Kind of, it could be something that puts people to sleep because we didn't get hit by it.
And that's why, when, for example, the
Magic
dancing
is
ravens, they're like, look, we're not giving as much gold because at least they're not killing people, but these juggernauts need to be dealt with. But they just don't have the means with military to do it because there's so much power behind them.
Well, I'm sure that like if we were to run into the juggernauts, we'd be like, we're a big party, we'd be able to take them. So wouldn't be too bad a deal. Like as long as we have like good kind of advantage of like high ground or something, we should be fine.
Yeah.
What?
You just have to be really.
I've got the
I mean,
high
without saying too much about what's coming up, you just have to make smart decisions when it comes to this.
Of course. Like it would be. And
Like, I mean, you don't really even need to towards the juggernauts. Like, to me, your priority would be getting back to Feldenbrook. And,
Yeah, got to.
Depends on the situation at hand, I guess, because like it's not so much the juggernauts, but I know for Marcus, when he originally heard about the orcs when we were going the other way, that's why one of the reasons why he wanted to follow in this episode was that part of his backstory, without going into too much because it hasn't been really talked about, is that he has an absolute hatred for particular, not all orcs, not like Lance seems to just have disdain for orcs.
Yeah.
Particular groups of orcs that are connected with kind of the more organised underbelly kind of esque people. So he thought maybe because it looked like they were organised, it might have been them. So that's why he wanted to go. So
What was Marx's reaction when we first found the tracks? I can't remember.
He was pretty angry.
he was angry, but like Marcus's thing is that he's been told by the monastery that in order for him to get strong enough to do the certain things he wants to do in life, which without going into too much is mostly
Dick size.
Yeah, mostly dick size. In order for him to get a bigger dick, he needs to prioritise other people's missions.
Is that how it works?
That's what the monastery's told him, is that he's too solely focused. That's part of the reason why he became a Kensei monk, is that he's focused, everything's focused on this one way of doing things, and they said you need to broaden your perspective. And so that's why he's out, and that's why he's following. And so he's like, well, I want to go kill these monks, but the party doesn't. And I know what the monastery said, and I should do that because the monastery's not really let me down yet.
True.
So I'll do that.
Yeah.
And so unless the party decided to go like after the bounty, because there's a bounty on them, isn't there?
There's a big bounty on them.
Yeah, if the party
It's like
decides to go
20
to the
gold
bounty,
pieces per their weapon hilt. So 20 gold's big.
yeah,
I thought it was like 5.
No.
That explains a lot.
he'd begrudgingly follow, and you know he'd back them up if they needed it, and you know he'd put his life on the line if he needed to save them.
Because
I mean, he almost did.
on top of that, like,
Yeah, he would every time.
I mean, realistically, you'd have to think logically too. If there are all these reports of people getting absolutely slaughtered, like mercilessly, it's going to stop trade going into one of the big towns as well.
It's true. And even like with the Iclaws, when they came into the town, he was like, we really shouldn't get involved. That was his attitude. Obviously, he's not openly going to say it too much because he's not good in public speaking. But if the party had have thrown down, he's going to back them up.
Consequences, yeah, consequence could have been bad too.
And then
when
the
Lance
town would
was
have died.
mouthing off to this dude, I'm just like, oh, stop, please. But he did, which was good.
I kind of wish the mill burned.
No, Kendra was the best. Kendra was the one that was like straight up like, who are you?
Yeah.
Why are you here? What are you doing? It's like, we're here.
Who are we? Why are we here? What are we doing?
We came here and we did what we need to go. We're just waiting to go home.
Yeah.
Don't get us all killed, Kendra. Shut up.
Yeah, kind of.
There was a time for
That's
Chef
a-
to cast darkness.
That's
It was
interesting.
that
You
conversation.
know, that's pretty interesting. Dude.
It was. That's the thing. She saw these people right into town. She's like, it's interesting.
It's interesting.
And so she had to go up and cast a light on them.
All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in.
Hey! I'm running the show, apparently.
Well,
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for
that.
tuning in. Sorry for the absolute shit show that this always is. I'm not sorry. We're not sorry. We enjoyed it.
Just remember, if you guys have anything that you want to ask, discuss, talk,
Comments.
comments, we listen
In
and
his-
read.
Down in his
He literally replies to everyone.
comment in his pants.
Don't do that. That's strange.
That's when they started. There's like all those YouTubers that started trying to say it's in my pants.
Next
'Cause they did that.
Tuesday, new episode. So keep
New
an eye on that.
episode 6.
It's gonna be a doozy.
Is it?
Is it?
Hopefully, get back to Filmbrook and
I want to get back to
run
film.
rampant. The festival's
I
on.
want those bacon and eggies.
Oh, bacon and eggies.
Yeah, you and Chef have a bacon and
Henry.
eggies date, don't you?
Yeah.
Henry's bacon and eggies. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I want to go back and play some more darts.
Yeah, and get wrecked again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
And figure out what these ghost children are.
Nah, don't care about
Nah.
As far as I know, it's just Lance tripping on his druid craft. I don't know.
So
he's
anyway,
like half druid now.
you know, this is probably the most that you've not actually talked.
Yes, because it's all about you guys.
It's all about our dicks.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you want to, just check down below. We're going to be on releasing some things on Patreon and a few different things. So thank you for all the support. I'm going to stop clapping because it's annoying on camera.
For those on Patreon, Micah will also be doing some tutorials on how to make things
No,
budget.
I'm not.
She will.
And Nick will be doing some tutorials on how to convince Micah to do tutorials.
Exactly.
And I'll sell my premium Snapchat code.
And Bailey will sell his bathwater.
Yeah. It's good. It's worth $10.
She sells it for 30.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. And did you see? Actually, that
She
was the
sold
thing.
out.
Apparently.
What?
Apparently there were like 30-something people who got herpes from drinking Belle Delphine's bathwater. Okay.
No, that's disgusting.
On that note-
Oh my god.
If you want to catch herpes
One
from
person
Bailey,
died.
drink his bathwater. No. Thank you very much for watching this episode of absolute nonsensical
So I
conversation.
believe next week we have Sarah on the show finally. Well,
I don't
not next
know.
week, but next episode.
Longs and Banter.
That's
Natural 20.
yeah, she's on the show.
She's on the show. Sarah on the show next week. She'll actually talk about her affiliation with blowing things up.
Hashtag Pape Nation.
Pape Nation. We want that. We want that trending. Hashtag Pape Nation. All over everything.
So just go on her Instagram, rip off her wall, and just upload an application.
If you're watching this, go find her. In fact, what is her Instagram?
Sarah Bear.
Oh, really?
Is it
Okay.
at Sarah Bear?
At Sarah Bear.
We've thrown her under
A
the bus.
number. I
Okay,
think.
I'm gonna find out.
It's at Sarah Bear something.
I'm gonna find out. There it is. It is at. Oh, I've got it right here. Because she's always.
Nope.
Okay, it's at Sarah Bear 093. So if you go to Sarah Bear 093, I want you to comment on every post. It's interesting. Everywhere. It's interesting all over it.
Why are you the way you are?
Because I was dropped on my head as a child.
Oh, cute.
Thanks, Mum. Thank you for watching. Check out our Patreon, Twitter, YouTube. Well, this is YouTube.
Reddit.
Instagram, Reddit,
Facebook, that's there now.
Facebook. Are they still around?
Yeah.
I thought Donald Trump shut them down.
Oh, he's shutting everything down to get on
Shut-
while it's fresh.
I don't think he's not shutting down the borders. Anyway,
Ooh.
see you next time. Peace
So
out.
long, friendos.